Good afternoon, Ghana. That's the program you've just tuned into. My name is Aldo Moro. Now, this afternoon, Good Afternoon, Ghana is going all the way to the offices of the PNC to find out exactly what is happening in that political tradition and that political organization. Now, the PNC for the past 3 years has been embroiled in all kinds of political turmoil, leading to the indefinite suspension of its General Secretary, Janet Nabla. Now, Janet Nabla has been declared as a persona non grata in that party. The party says they don't want to have anything to do with her, and that's why they have sent her out. Now, the party went ahead to take the matter to court. The court has upheld that indeed Janet Nabla is not the General Secretary of the party and that indeed the suspension is proper. But guess what has happened? Janet Nabla and a few other PNC members have actually gone ahead to form a new political party called the PNP, which is the People's National Party. The PNC says it is unfazed and that it is asking its followers to be steadfast and ignore what they believe are palpable falsehood which will not go anywhere. Indeed, is that the case? When I come back, Janet Nabla is my guest on Good Afternoon, Ghana. Thank you very much for choosing us. We've just arrived in the offices of the PNC, and I'm talking about Dr. Hila Limant's PNC. A lot is happening in that party, which has led to the, what I don't want to call it dismissal, but the indefinite suspension by the General Secretary of the party. I'm talking about Janet Nabla, but she said Janet Nabla. She says, as far as she's concerned, that suspension is null and void because the party was or is solidly behind her. Never mind that an Accra High Court has actually upheld the decision by the party, which means that as far as the courts are concerned, she remains the indefinitely suspended General Secretary of the party. She's been fighting that. She said she would appeal against the decision. But the interesting development, which is quite new, is that, well, it's not breaking news, but that's the latest development, is that there's a new political party, which is called the PNP. What is the PNP? Who are the guys behind it? What do they want to achieve? Are they meant to whittle down the fortunes of the PNC? Janet Nabla is my guest. Good afternoon, madam. Thank you very much for joining us. It's a pleasure. You are always in the news for very, very interesting reasons. It's always about wanting to stand for what you believe in. It's about making sure that the right things are done in the PNC, which is the party you've belonged for a very long time, and so on and so forth. Who are you really? I mean, for people who really don't know, who is Janet Nabla?
Good afternoon to you and your listeners, viewers. My name is Janet Nabla. I was the General Secretary of the People's National Convention.
Right.
And as you rightly put it, the People's National Convention had a constitution.
Right.
And that constitution is supposed to govern our activities. That if you want to organize a National Executive Committee meeting, which is usually referred to as NEC, you must have 9 regional chairmen attending your meeting for it to be called legal,
right,
according to our constitution. And then that was breached because 4 regional chairmen cannot be able to be in your meeting for it to authenticate that it is a National Executive Committee meeting.
Okay.
And that is what was sent to the court, and subsequently this is what the court says they upheld. We don't know what they upheld. They upheld the suspension of he using illegality. What are they upholding to? So we did not want to fight court because we even wrote an appeal to appeal the...
Before we even go to the appeal, what you're saying essentially is that per your party's constitution, one can only to have been said to have been suspended if 9 regional party executives.
No, 9 regional chairmen.
Oh, regional chairman.
Chairman attends your meeting.
Okay.
The first one is that, number 1, either the chairman, the general secretary, the leader, can call for a NEC meeting.
Right.
And when they call for a NEC meeting, 1/3 of NEC members must be available.
present. Okay.
So even so, if they are there, then 9 regional chairmen are supposed to be part of this
Okay.
for you to be able to constitute business of the day.
Okay.
So if you cannot get that, then you cannot call it a NEC meeting. But 4 regional chairmen attended his meeting.
Okay.
So the judge is saying that they invited me and I did not go. I didn't go because I cannot go and do things that are illegal.
Yes.
I'm the general secretary. My main aim is to protect the constitution of PNC at that time.
Right.
And then so what the judge said, I don't know whether he read he read our constitution
Right.
before coming up with this judgment. Because for as much as I know, I was never suspended by the party.
Right.
So
We're
what
gonna get
he
to
was uphailing,
that's
I
fine.
don't know.
We're going to get to the substance of the issues because there are legal issues, but also political issues. Even though at some point they intertwine. But I actually wanted my viewers to get to know who exactly you are. So it's a personal question, which is who is Janet Nabla, basically about your profile, just briefly about who you are and how come the party says that today it has suspended you. What was your crime? As per what the party is saying, what have you done to fight the suspension, and where are we now in your quest to fight what you claim or what you deem as injustice? So we're building up to there, so don't worry. I noticed that you've already jumped ahead of yourself, but who are you really? I mean, if somebody's watching you right now, the person wants to know who is Janet Nabla.
Okay, so Janet Nabla, I have been a politician in this country ever since I completed school.
Okay.
I was first from the regions, first even from the constituency to region to women's organizer and then to general secretary. So I have been in the system
Is the
for some time.
PNC a family tradition? Is this your dad, your mom, everybody a PNC supporter, or not necessarily?
No. Growing up, I saw that my entire family were PNC members.
Okay. Oh, I see. Everybody's PNC.
Everyone.
So you grew up in a PNC family.
Yes.
And you started from the constituency level,
Yes, please.
and then
To
worked your
regional.
way up to regional.
I was the women's organizer for Greater Accra.
Okay.
Then to national women's organizer, and then
before
to
general secretary. Also, that means you've been through the mill.
I've been through them,
Okay.
and then
This is
I've
very
passed through it
important.
all.
This is very important information. You became general secretary about 3 or 4 years ago.
Yes.
Okay.
About 4 years or 3 years ago.
Okay. How did your problems with the PNCs begin?
So while I was going around campaigning, a lot of allegations were coming up. People would tell me that, why are you campaigning for Apasara? He came and told us not to vote for you. He said that he preferred Emmanuel Wilson.
At the time, Apasara was then aspiring to become the flag bearer of your party.
Yes, he
and then
was.
you campaigned for him.
Yes.
Okay.
So that was what was going on. People say that, oh, he's doing this, he's saying this about you. But I did not mind. So after everything, when we came back, I saw that when they are doing meetings, they don't call me general secretary. They will. Then he picked Hajia, one first vice chair person.
Okay.
I think he was during the NDC times, he was a member of Council of something.
Council of State.
So he picked that woman as a general secretary.
Okay.
To be writing minutes and be doing things.
Even though you were there as a
I
general
was
secretary.
there, so I wasn't doing anything in the party.
So Apasara,
When they are-
Dr. Apasara was not prepared to work with you.
Please, I beg. He's not Dr. Apasara.
Mr.
He's just
Apasara.
Apasara.
Okay, Apasara, he was not prepared to work with you.
He says he wasn't prepared to work with me. I remember I saw him at Afrikiko.
Yes.
And I told him that, what's happening? Have I done something? If I've done something, tell me so that I can apologize. Because the way you do things without my knowledge, I don't think it's right. I'm your sister.
Yes.
He said, don't worry. I will think about it. So when I told Daniba, our national chairman,
yes.
he was happy. He said that if you have spoken to him, then put a meeting so that the 3 of us can meet and then thrash things out.
Okay.
I kept the post of the meeting. Then for some time, Daniba called me that Apasara says that no, he is not going to hold any meeting with me.
Okay.
Then I was there that some people gathered themselves that they are accusing me of things that are not just true.
Yeah,
not even one of them.
They said you're incompetent.
No, when they say incompetent, I don't understand.
They said you're a troublemaker, you're a trouble causer
so
in the party.
Until they went and did this, did you ever heard me having problems anywhere?
Right.
There was no any problem in the party.
I see.
Even though they ignored me and were doing their things, I never ever came out to do anything.
Okay.
People came to me telling me what I can do. I rejected it because that is not how to build a political party. The only time all this trouble came was when he called for a NEC meeting, and then the NEC members rejected him. But he used his own power to say that he has suspended me. That was when I said, no, The NEC members got up, the regional chairman, 11 regional chairmen, and wrote letters across. When you go to the internet, you will see that we never attended your meeting, so there is no way you can tell us that you suspended the general secretary.
So essentially saying that meeting is invalid.
It's invalid.
Okay.
From the PNC point of view, it's invalid.
It's
but
invalid.
from the court point of view, maybe it is valid.
But when the decision was made to suspend you, what steps did you take?
No, when decision, like
By the four, as you call it, the invalid four.
I never did anything because,
Okay.
number one, I knew very well that our party was solidly behind me.
Yes.
They know that, my competence level, and they know the things I could do. So,
But despite that decision, which you claim or you say is invalid, you still decided to go to the office, and the party, and that's when we heard about some thugs who had actually been hired to make sure that you do not enter your party office.
so the problem was that it is Apasara who was suspended, and he went and brought the tax because
Apasara was suspended by who?
by the party. Our party constitution says that 1/3 of NEC members can call for a NEC meeting.
You said that.
So you can be a chairman, you can be a leader, and 1/3 NEC members can call for a NEC meeting and remove you. You see? So 1/3 of NEC members call for a meeting. The constitution says that 9 regional chairmen must come to your meeting. 9 regional chairmen came to the Kumasi meeting. The constitution says that either the chairman or any of the deputies can chair for the meeting. Henry Asante, who is the second vice chairman, was the one who chaired the meeting. So NEC was duly constituted, and Apasara was kicked out. He was suspended from his position.
I see.
And subsequently, he went to court violating Article 14 1A and B of PNC Constitution that says that when you go to court without following the internal party mechanisms, your membership should be expunged. And we did that.
Okay.
So, in fact, from the Constitution and everything, Apasara
is no more a PNC member.
No, but
Okay.
now, I don't care anymore. But the court
So
has
on what-
reinstated him.
No,
the
okay,
court.
okay. So after you deemed him to not be a
It's
member
not
of
me, the
Now, when I say
PNC
you, not
people.
as in you, the team, the group that sat. I'm talking
It's not
about
a matter of group. It is the PNC that
PNC,
sacked him,
okay,
and
that's
then
fine.
the court says that no.
Okay, all right.
And
So
then brought him back.
So after that expulsion, he went to court and got the court to reverse that decision to make him.
And you know what the court even, when I was reading the court decision, I saw that the judge says that Apasara suspended some regional executive members.
Yes.
Do you know that Apasara says that meeting he called was standing committee, and he used it to suspend people? Do you know that in the PNC there is no anywhere a standing committee has power to sack anybody? It is called an advisory committee of the party. So that they advise NEC what to do.
I see.
But Apasara says he used, and the court says that
But
he has.
why didn't you go to court, having all this information?
No. Go to court for
with
what?
you. Why didn't you go to court?
No, go to court for what? No, why will we go to court?
For the court to arbitrate about this issue.
You have your institution.
Yes.
And then somebody violates your institutional rules. You punish the person goes to court, and the court says that the violation he has done is what the court has accepted. So he is right. But the disrespecting the constitution, he did well. So this is Ghana
You
for you.
sound like you don't trust our court.
It's not a matter of trusting a cause.
Yeah, because of
It is
what
a
you
matter
just said.
because when I look at the court processes and whatever went on,
Yes.
it pains me to the core. It makes me to feel so sad for Ghanaians.
Okay.
And because this is so unbelievable.
That's fine, Janet.
So unbelievable.
We're gonna get there. So Apasara then takes the matter. Apasara and his team
He is the one who took it to court.
took the matter to court.
That we suspended him illegally, we dismissed him illegally, and that he has suspended us. And the judge said that, yeah, it's true, we suspended him illegally. How? He did not show us.
And you say that you disagree with
totally,
the
we
court
disagree.
ruling.
Yeah. In total.
What are the reasons for disagreeing with the court ruling?
For instance, number one,
Yes.
Apasara's NEC meeting. The constitution of PNC says that 9 regional chairmen must come
And
to
he
your
had
NEC meeting.
4, as you
He
said.
falls.
Okay.
He used the standing committee, which is just an advisory body, doesn't have any power to sack some regional
That's number 2.
officers. And the court says that it has agreed on it.
Okay.
Why would I agree with this type of judgment? So if this is how a course edition usually operates, how do I go back to
You're
the
also on
absolute-
record to have said that one of the reasons why you have a problem with the decision of the court is because you had apparently heard from Danny Okain, who's his younger brother, The younger brother of, I think, Apasara.
Akane.
You met him somewhere. And
I
he
met
said
him
to
at Christian Village.
Christian Village.
And he told me that Apasara is going to win the court.
And you're saying that because he said Apasara, that's his big brother, would win. Apasara himself, you said, is on record to have said that he would win.
And even one of the regional, one of the guys, Apasara's guys, came on the platform and said that if Apasara doesn't win this court case, first of all, he will kill his first child and drink poison and die.
What is wrong with that?
That is not.
It's just a show. It's just a show of confidence.
Listen, if someone is not stepping on anything, he will not say those things.
But it's just about being confident in this case.
Okay.
He's positive. Maybe, he's optimistic that he would win. You could have said same that you would win as well.
No. You see, for instance, when I know very well that you stole something and I caught you red-handed, the thing that I will say will be different from when I've not seen anything.
Okay.
When you steal and I saw you stealing, and when I come out to testify, the way I will say, it will be different from when I never saw you, but I'm suspecting you. But when somebody is holding, if a blind person says that he is going to throw a stone at you, watch well because he's stepping on the stone.
So now what you're saying essentially is that you disagree with the court. Yes, you respect the decision of the court, but you disagree.
Oh, yeah, we disagree.
And you have appealed against the decision.
No, we are not. We appealed, but the National Executive Committee of the party came together and said that they don't even want to be in the PNC. It was, discussions were even going on to change the name of the PNC into PNP. Because ever since this party started, it has been about this going to court. Apasara had friends. In Debugre, we have Sintin, Tubuga, and co. They have been sending the party to court, and the party's fortunes have been dwindling. So we were no more interested. We're looking at the PNC as a party that has been cursed, and then we have to change the name to the PNP. So when God helped us and this opportunity availed itself, we saw that God was giving a direction and we have to take it. So
your point is because you were on record, you were on some of the media platforms saying that you would take the matter to court, you would appeal.
Yeah. But you had
a change of...
No.
The appeal was filed.
The appeal was even filed.
Okay, but you've withdrawn the case from court. Is that what it is?
I don't know whether they've been, but we told the lawyer that we don't.
You're no more interested in appealing against it, but rather what you'd rather do by way of taking your next line of action would be to form a new political tradition, a new political organization, and that's what we're talking about, People's National Party. Now, the National Party, you're saying that 11 out of the 16 regions have resigned from the PNC and have joined the PNP.
Yes.
But the PNP, so hold on. Have they issued a letter to the party telling the party they don't want to become members anymore?
Which party?
But these are regional chairmen of the PNC.
When they were joining the party, who did they write a letter to? Look, joining a political party in this country is voluntary.
Yes.
You can leave anytime you want.
But there are also rules and regulations guarding how you come in and you go out.
No.
You have to resign officially by writing so that it's on record that you're no more a member of the party.
If you refuse to do that, they should send you to court if they want. If you say that I'm not writing any resignation letter, I'm no longer with you.
So, Janet, what would be the evidence that you've left?
The evidence is that they are no more with you. The evidence is that
no more with
they are now executive members. They've given Electoral Commission their letter that they are no more part of the PNC. They are part of the PNP. That is the evidence. Electoral Commission has that letter.
So then there's a letter.
Yes.
You've just said it. There's a letter.
The Electoral Commission that they are now executive members of the People's National Convention. There's a letter to the Electoral Commission.
The 11 regional chairmen.
Yes.
But the PNC has come out. In fact, Ishak Isaku has come out to say that it's not true.
Who is he?
He's the PNC, the Director of Communications.
So that is the reason why...
He says it is not true.
You know something? That is the reason why I'm always happy, very happy that I left that party. Because political party that has no rules and regulations, that is being ruled by the media, being ruled by just anything. They don't have tradition, they have nothing. That's not a political party we would like to belong to. Because this Ishak guy you have just mentioned, she is not the communication director of any party. Because the PNC, there is a rule that is in the constitution that says that a communication secretary is supposed to be appointed by the National Executive Committee. Have you asked him who appointed him? He has never been appointed by anybody. But you see, illegalities operate in that system.
So you're questioning his capacity as the PNC?
He's not listen. He's not. Who? Has he told you who made him the communication secretary of the party?
So as far as you're concerned, Ishak is not the PNC's
he's
Director
not
of Communications.
Never.
So who is he? Ordinary
now,
party soldier?
do you know what I'm happy about?
Yes.
I don't even care.
What happens to the
Whether-
PNC?
Because, look, what kills political parties is when you don't have rules, when you don't have tradition, when you have nothing, and you are being ruled by the wind. That is what kills political parties. So any political party that does things that are not inured to their constitution, have no tradition, and they are being ruled by the wind, I wouldn't have to bother about that type of a political party.
All right. So, Josiah, we're going to now play the overlays or the videos of the formation of the new political party called the PNP, which is a derivative. It doesn't matter how you look at it, but it's an offshoot of the PNC because, as she herself has said, Janet, 11 regional chairmen have left the PNC. They've written to the Electoral Commission, informing the Electoral Commission that they are no more with the PNC and that they are now with the PNP. Let me give you this number for those of you who want to join us via WhatsApp. It's a 0244 262 314. 0244 262 314. Giselle will put it up on your screen shortly so that you can join us via WhatsApp. Let us know what you think about this unfortunate development in Dr. Hila Liman's PNC. As we speak, as Janet Nabla has told us, 11 regional chairmen of the party have left the party and they are now with a new political party called the PNP. I don't know, I'm going to ask her about the formation of the PNP, what their vision, mission is, and how different are they going to be from the other political parties, who are going to be joining the PNP, and so on and so forth. So 0244 262 314. So Josiah, can we play the overlays now so that our viewers can see about the formation of the PNP?
Following the disagreements with a High Court ruling on April 8, which affirmed the suspension of Janet Nabla as the General Secretary of the PNC, Janet Nabla and 11 out of 16 regional chairpersons of the People's National Convention (PNC) and their secretaries have resigned to form the People's National Party. Speaking with Metro News, the current leader of the PNP affirmed that the PNC has lost its reputable image due to impractical lawsuits and has unfortunately become the subject of ridicule, justifying their separation from the party.
It's not like it was a conceived thing, but we've been thinking about it. Due to their frequent sending of the party to court and destroying everything in the party, it has made us to realize that we need to change the name of the party and then bring something out of it. Now, when you go somewhere and say you're a PNC member, they laugh at you and say, PNC, is this still existing? It doesn't make sense that I did not join a political party to become a laughing stock. Those who are in MPP and their ministers, their presidents, vice president, and NDC who have done that before are not more important than us.
National chairperson and leader of the PNP, Janet Nabla, continued to ascertain that the PNP would work with honesty, transparency, and integrity and would be the party to bring redemption to Ghanaians.
We are coming in with honesty, transparency, integrity for the people of Ghana. That it is true that people see politicians and make them demigods. But the PNC will let them know that a politician is not supposed to come and serve this, and Ghanaians will serve him. It's the other way around. It's not where you think that is where money is. It is a place where you think that you can be able to serve and serve properly so that your people can be redeemed. They will be redeemed.
So this was when the PNP, was the new king of the block, was formed by Janet Nabla, who's the former general secretary of the PNC, and her cohorts. And we've just shown you that video. And Janet Nabla is with us here. So she is now the leader of the new political force in Ghana's political landscape. It's called the PNP. So what's the mission of the PNP? What's the vision of the PNP? What's your slogan? What's the traditional or historical story of the PNP? Four questions in one.
The People's National
Party. Yes.
It's a political party that was formed by the National Executive Committee of the PNC. So the mission of the party is simple. No, you were asking about the slogan and those things.
No, we'll get to the slogan. Okay, so let's start with mission and then vision.
The mission of the party is simple. We are living in a country whereby if you don't have a godfather, if you don't belong to a political party, if you don't have any strong person, things become difficult for you to be able to get a job. We are living in a country whereby prices of goods and services in the market are escalating, and we don't have a system to be able to stabilize these prices.
Okay.
We are living in a country whereby when we talk about inclusivity, people don't even understand what it means.
Okay.
That the vulnerable and then the persons with disability in the society are also, just as I've mentioned the other two, are suffering, and the ordinary Ghanaian voice is not heard. This is the reason why the People's National Party was formed, to be able to bring back the glory of this country, to be able to make sure that we stabilize the system for the people of this country.
Okay.
Ghana was not created for the bourgeoisie. It was not created for people who are aristocrats. It was created for Ghanaians. So if 30 million Ghanaians are suffering, and it is only few people who are on top there that are enjoying, it is time for Ghanaians to take back their power and then give it to the PNP that will be able to bring stability into the system. So the PNP, we are saying that integrity, transparency, inclusivity, our promise.
I see. So the PNP is on a mission to build Ghana for all.
Exactly.
And not for just a few.
No. And then
Based on who they are, what they are, and so on.
And we realize that
Okay.
both NPP and NDC, they build individuals, but we are building families.
Okay.
When you build a family, then you are building something that will be a continuous process.
Okay.
But when you build an individual, haven't you seen that big businesses that were owned by individuals, the person dies and the business.
The person dies with a business. Yeah, there's
But
no
when
continuity.
a family is in charge, when a community is in charge, things works well.
Right.
Look at the free SHS. It's a very good policy, great policy that has ever happened in this country. But yet, look at how people are demonizing it. It's because when the policy was carved, it was not given to the community to make it their own. We have traditions and we have cultures, different traditions and different cultures across the country. If we believe in the community and we allow people to use policies to make them their own way and then practice it the way their community or their culture or tradition wants it to be, then we'll be running a great country in this, we'll be running a great nation. And this is what the PNP we have set ourselves on to do.
I see. That's interesting. Just in case you just joined us, I'm talking to the former General Secretary of the PNC, Janet Nabla. She's my guest on Good Afternoon Ghana. And the WhatsApp line, as I did indicate at the beginning of the show, it's 0244262314. 0244262314. Now, Janet Nabla is here to tell us about the formation of a new political party called the PNP, which is an offshoot of the PNC. She tells us that 11 PNC members who were regional chairman of the party, 11 out of 16 regions have all left the party, that's the PNC, and have now joined the PNP, which is the People's National Party. And it is the party that we all should be looking out for, and that they're going to shake the foundations of the political history of this country. And so we should not take them for granted. And she says it's a party that is being built, or is a party that is going to be there for all Ghanaians, is building Ghana for all and not just for a selected few. And that's the ethos that has given birth to this party. So you talked about a mission. What is your vision? Where do you want the PNP to be the next 10, 15, 20 years? And I'm asking this because a lot of political parties have been formed and they've collapsed after 4 years. In the next 10, 15, 20 years, what do you want the PNP to be? To be the ruling political class in this country? Is that what you want the PNP to be?
Talking about 20 years and all those things,
Yes.
I think that you are setting us backwards.
Really?
I'm telling you.
Okay.
Because we are going to contest for the 2024 elections.
You're contesting these elections.
These elections.
Oh, but you just formed the party.
We formed the party. So we formed the
Just
party to
a
win.
few weeks ago.
But the party has always been there. It's just that the name of the party, some people, we are broken away from the party that we are in.
So then, Janet,
so we are not,
but Janet, what you've just done is that, except the same PNC
no,
that you want to rebrand.
We are not a political, a novice people who just came into the system and they don't know what is
but for
happening.
Ghanaians, the party is new. Never mind the people who are behind the party.
And you know something?
Yes.
When you have a political party, you must have political leadership.
Yes.
This national leadership are those who have already been in place.
True.
They know their way around in this country.
Yes.
Then we have regional executives that are already there. They know how to run their regions. It's just that some challenges were confronting them. Then we have constituencies, executives and everything. So we have our party that has already been set. We are in the precondition to set off.
Oh, but Janet, even the PNC, which has a richer political story, political tradition, we're talking about Dr. Hilali Liman, who's been president before, never mind what Ronnis did to him. But the point is, even his party...
But the PNP was what?
Well, the PNP was actually there before, I agree with you.
Hey,
but the point I'm trying to make is that the PNC is more current. I mean, the PNP died a long time ago.
It has come back.
So the PNP is back. But how many Ghanaians can relate to the PNP? How many of the younger ones can relate to the PNP?
They can relate to the PNP even more than the other political parties. Let me tell you, I have never had number of people trooping. I have never had number of people trooping in to be part of the PNP.
Really?
As it has, I'm telling you.
First of all, when was it formed? When was it officially formed?
The official formation of the
party
was the day that we did the conference.
Oh, so the one we showed?
Yes, but before then, I told you that we were already
on the ground
making preparations.
Okay.
We were saying that after the court ruling, we were going to change the name of the party to PNP, come out with different ideologies, and let Ghanaians see. Look, talking about any product that is good, people would like to buy it. And they want to buy it and test it to see how it is.
Yeah, but what makes the PNP a good product? They rejected the PNC. In fact, the PNC has struggled since 1990. Well, since
and I've told you, I have told you the reason why they were struggling.
Yes.
Yes, because of these court cases, because of all this infighting.
Yeah, but the party is just not going to resurrect all of a sudden because you don't have any more court cases. It's going to take a bit of time. It's a process. 2024. I mean, how?
No, you mean the PNP?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the PNP.
The PNP is already, I said, preconditioned to take off. And we are going to take off. We are just waiting. We are already doing our underground.
So you have your constituency. Let's talk about the party's own machinery on the ground. What have you done so far?
Okay, so I've told you that immediately we left, there were some few regions that we had to put in place.
Okay.
As we speak now, those regions were kept in place. Then the constituency people, I already told you, we had the constituency. In fact, I went around the entire, like most of the constituencies. When I was with them, I went around the constituencies, checking through our executives at the constituency and bringing other new people on board. Yeah. Because we've realized that most of the constituency people, they have been with the party for some time now, but we need people who can also come with a new energy to rejuvenate the entire thing. So I brought all these people on board. So as we were going, we pick our people because, come to think of it, I was the one who went around to do all these things because I realized that to build a political party is not about staying in Accra here, roaming from media stations to talk to media people without going to the ground. To win elections is on the ground, not where we did.
So are you saying that for the 275 constituencies, you have your men
we have our
on the ground?
We have our
These are all former PNC executives?
No, not all of them. Not all that. Because
some are former executives, some are new people you've brought in. Did you do elections or you just handpicked?
No. We didn't handpick. We open nominations. We open nominations.
And people applied.
And those who participated were those that they
we didn't hear anything.
No, you heard. You even called me on. I was called on evening news to talk about it.
About the elections.
Yes, I also
at the constituency level.
Yes, I was also called on.
Some other media houses, original TV
to also talk about. So it was all over the place.
I see. So for the 275 constituencies, you have your men there.
We have our people.
And women and there. Yes. And then at the regional, you're saying now you have 11. You have
No,
four,
no,
you
no.
have four, you
No,
have
as
five
for the
more to go.
regions, it is done.
It's done.
It
You have
was
five
done
people
with.
taking over.
Yeah. We have
I
already.
see. So for all the 16 regions, you have
No,
your
we have our
regional chairman and
chairman and
chairpersons.
secretaries. Yeah.
And-
Even about 3 days ago, we had a national executive committee meeting.
Okay.
And it was.
So who's
it
not the
was
national
marvelous.
chairman of the PMP?
The national chairman.
Chairman of the PMP.
But you just mentioned my name as the national chairman. So why are you asking?
I thought you were the leader of the party.
No, that you
A
see,
leading
it's
member of the party.
But you know that most of the chairmen in Ghana, in Ghana, they are
Are
chairman
the
and leader,
leaders of the party. So you're the national chairperson of the
and
party.
leader of the party.
And leader of the party. And who is the general secretary?
Seidu, Suleimana Seidu.
Suleimana Seidu. He's the general secretary of the party.
Yes, please.
Who's your national women's organizer? Patience Lamisi Adams. And who is the national organizer of the party?
Francis
Danso. Okay. And who is the so who's the general? You've mentioned the general secretary already. So you now have your national chairperson. That's
Now
you.
have our
general secretary,
treasurer.
national women's, national. So who's your national treasurer?
The national treasurer is Jessica Aputari.
Okay. So you're all set.
We are all
You
set.
have a deputy general secretary.
We have
You have
deputy-
vice chairman.
My vice chairman is one is Grace Aye,
Okay.
and then the second one is Francis Opon.
Okay. Do you have a deputy national organizer? So you have a full house.
Have a full house. I
You
said
are
to
ready
them,
to hit the ground running.
We are ready to hit the ground. Ghanaians are looking for a change.
But again, funding a political party, it's very expensive. How do you, in God's name, intend to fund the PNP? Remember, it is old, but it's also very new.
You see, our members have started contributing. Those at the national, the regional executives have started contributing.
Okay.
We're encouraging the constituency to do the same. In Ghana now, because of the way MPP and NDC have spoiled the entire country, and then we have monetized and people want to run into politics because of money, we are trying to reorient the minds of Ghanaians that the narrative was wrong. You join a political party because you believe in their ideologies and you believe in their power to be able to make life comfortable for the people, not because of money. So people are beginning to buy into that narrative, and the leadership first. What we are doing is that we are trying to bring a resource person from KNUST to come in to teach this in the regional executives about this. The national executives were taught, so now they know that to join a political party, to be in a political party is hard work. You have to work hard. You have to also help with your finances to make it your own. So this is the narrative we are trying to to create, because a lot of the young people think that politics is a place where they run in to get money, to be able to also get the jobs and other things. But we are trying to create the narrative that the People's National Party, that is not what we are doing. We want to come into power to make the environment enabling for everyone. That when you are qualified, you will get a job. If you are not qualified, whether you are the daughter or the son of the president, you will be unemployed. So that is the type of that's the type of environment we are trying to create for Ghanaians.
That's quite interesting. I'll tell you what the PNC says they intend to do if you continue with this PMP agenda. And it was actually contained in the statement which was signed by Ishak, whom you say doesn't have a locus. She says Ishak doesn't have a locus to issue any statement for the PNC because
so there is still a party called PNC.
He himself was made the PNC illegitimately. I'll tell you what the PNC says they'll do to you if you continue with this,
and you know
with this
something,
agenda or exercise of forming a new political party. So I have to take a break. When I come back, I'll also be asking a very interesting question. I'll ask her what does people like Dr. Edward Mahama, who's been the flag bearer of the party on two or three occasions or so, I stand to be corrected, think about what is happening, and some other former statesmen or former, what I call them prominent persons within the party make of all that is happening. Are there talks to try and get them to go back to their mother party, or at this stage, nothing, absolutely nothing is going to stop them from going ahead with what they intend to do? So those are the three questions I'll be asking after this short break.
Following the disagreements with a High Court ruling on April 8, which affirmed the suspension of Janet Nabla as the General Secretary of the PNC, Janet Nabla and 11 out of 16 regional chairpersons of the People's National Convention (PNC) and their secretaries have resigned to form the People's National Party. Speaking with Metro News, the current leader of the PNP affirmed that the PNC has lost its reputable image due to impractical lawsuits and has unfortunately become the subject of ridicule, justifying their separation from the party.
It's not like it was a conceived thing, but we've been thinking about it. Due to their frequent sending of the party to court and destroying everything in the party, it has made us to realize that we need to change the name of the party and then bring something out of it. Now, when you go somewhere and say you're a PNC member, they laugh at you and say, PNC, is this still existing? It doesn't make sense that I did not join a political party to become a laughing stock. Those who are in MPP and their ministers, their presidents, vice presidents, and NGC who have done that before are not more important than us.
National chairperson and leader of the PNP, Janet Nabla, continued to ascertain that the PNP would work with honesty, transparency, and integrity and would be the party to bring redemption to Ghanaians.
All right, welcome back. This is Good Afternoon Ghana. My name is Aldo Moro. This afternoon, Good Afternoon Ghana has been having an interaction with the embattled former General Secretary of the PNC. She's now the leader and chairman of a political party which has just been formed. It's called the PNP. As far as they're concerned, PNC doesn't exist anymore. As far as they're concerned, it's now the PNP, which is the People's National Party. And Janet Nabila has been my guest in the last 40 minutes or so, telling us about what the PNP intends to do in order to shake the foundations of the political landscape. And they said, watch out for the PNP. So, Janet, you're telling me that you have all the party machinery on the ground, starting from the constituency to region to national. And you've mentioned, you actually walked us through who's the national chairperson, that's yourself, down to the national organizer. I didn't ask about the youth organizer. Who's the national youth organizer of your party?
Muniru Mohammed.
Muniru Mohammed. Okay, so basically you're set and you're good to go. You're all ready to hit the ground running. Let me just read a few messages that have come through, just a few of them, and then we'll go to the topic about what your party, your former party says, intends to do if you go ahead with this agenda of, setting up a new political tradition. So, good afternoon, Metro TV. Greetings to you, the host, and the Honorable Janet Nabila for me. Al-Hassan Wumbe from Savulugu Municipality. Tamale Northern Region. Okay, that's from Al-Hassan Wumbe. You know him? Okay. Forming a party is not a waste of resources. Why not just join the ruling party, the MPP? Together we make it possible, inshallah. Prince Nuruddin Baumia in Boku. And then this one here says, good afternoon. This is Ali Isa from Ashanti region. PNP chairperson has really spoken well, and I am proud to be part of this great party. All right. And this one here says that, good afternoon, sir. I want to say a big thanks to Janet Nabila for making my day. I think it's a political tradition we must all join. How can I join? I want to join. Okay, I like that. That's come from Prince Osei. Okay, so I'll just take these messages. And then we'll go to the issue about, okay, so the Electoral Commission. Has the Electoral Commission responded to your application positively? What did the Electoral Commission say?
The name.
Okay.
It's okay for us to use.
It has approved?
Yes.
The EC has approved everything?
They've approved our name.
Okay.
The Constitution.
Okay.
When was that? I think that today they said they want the list of the regional executives. First,
Okay.
they asked us for the national. They said we should now add the regional executives to it.
Okay.
Because whilst they are in the regions and they are operating, they will want to know. So the regional interim executives, the list has also been requested by Electoral Commission. So if anyone says that they will not allow us to use the name and other things, I will look at it as just madness.
You're
Total
threatening
madness.
legal action if you go ahead.
But that's what they are capable of
Because they're
doing.
saying that the PNP is a derivative. That's the word you use. It's a derivative of the PNC.
There he has to
you
put-
stole the name of the party.
You know
That's
something.
what
Then
they're
he has
saying.
to bring out evidence. You have
Yes.
to bring out, if you don't owe something, you cannot fight for something.
Right.
So if the PMP is for them, they will have to bring out evidence, their ownership. Do you think that if it is true, Electoral Commission will let us use
Okay.
it? They will not allow. So if anyone says that he wants to go to court because of that name, I would tell the person to check his own party, whether he's still even in a party. You are in a pressure group that has no regional executives. It doesn't have even national executives. You don't have.
Yeah, they don't have them because you stole this.
No.
Otherwise, they would have
then,
still had their regional executives.
They should go out there. We have a lot of people, 30 million Ghanaians, who are up for grabs.
Yes.
So they can go up there and also get their own. So instead of you to think of how to build a formidable party for yourself, you are there chasing the wind. Because this thing that you are saying, let them go. Costs are always there.
They say what you're doing is self-seeking political agenda.
Very well.
This has nothing to do with Ghana.
You see, Kwame Nkrumah, a lot of words were even thrown, more words to Kwame Nkrumah. He never mind them. He marched ahead and went and won. The PMP is not a political party that is going to engage in fighting, engage in internal wranglings. No, it is going to march to the Flagstaff House. That is our mandate. So we don't have we don't have time for detractors who are frustrated. They can't even organize themselves, coming in for us. We don't have time for them. Now we are
your
gone.
actions are deceitful.
Deceitful is Ghanaians who
Yes.
are supposed to let us listen, to tell people whether I'm deceitful or not. Not somebody who is an illegally somebody who have been imposed into people that he is a communication secretary when he wasn't even they didn't pass through the right way to pick him.
How does Edward Mahama feel about all that is happening?
Dr. Edward Mahama, they've not told you. They insulted. Look, when all these problems started, Dr. Edward Mahama, what pains me is that this man have always stood in the middle to say that bring peace home, bring peace home. Why don't you do this to bring peace? And I will tell him that if only the people we are having a problem with were peace seekers. But these are people who don't want peace. Do you think that if this problem was to happen and he was to send it to Dr. Mahama to say this is what is happening, will he have gone to court? Will his party have now broken and he has nothing? You know, when you get up and you want to go on a journey of greediness, you go on a journey of, I want to let everyone listen so that I become powerful, you end up becoming nothing. Because that is what has happened to the PNC as we speak now. So I never did anything out of greed, because I know that in everything that we do, there's a God. And that God wants you to have the interest of the public at heart. Even though you will see that some people who win political power who will say they are bad, there was a little bit of something in them that God thought he could use. He can't just give power to anybody at all. So whatever they are saying, it is Ghanaians that will be the better judge.
So you're ready to meet them in court?
They won't even go to court.
But they've threatened legal action.
No, threatening.
They're saying they'll take you to court. If I can read a portion
and
of
I'm
the
saying
statement.
that if they have money to send me to court,
Yes.
why don't they use that money to organize their dead party?
We shall use every legitimate and
you say who
legal
said it?
avenue available to us to stop the use of the name PNP. As much as the party needs every single member to grow its members, we are unfazed by the decision by either person or group of persons to voluntarily leave the party, especially when their conduct has proven to be inimical to the fortunes of the party.
You see,
some of them are saying they are happy you've left.
They are saying that they are happy.
They're happy that you've left, but you're the trouble causer.
So ask them that why are they not organized? Have you heard about them?
Yes.
Whilst I was there, I never caused any trouble. The person who caused the problem were them. They came together and tried to suspend me, and the party rejected them, and they couldn't do it. In all their life, I have been their I have been their source of politics. They cannot do anything without me. Can't you see they are still?
When are you going to elect your?
Look at me. I just want to say something. Yes. I said Nketia said something. Any idiot can go to court. So I will borrow those words and say that any idiot can go to court.
When are you going to elect your flag bearer?
June. Yes.
Would you be interested?
That one we are yet to listen. We are putting things on the ground because
Is there the remotest or the slightest possibility you may want to throw in? You may show interest.
I can show interest because looking at the situation in the country, men since 1956, they've told Ghanaians what they could do. I think it's time for us to also now place our focus on a woman. So it can be me or any other woman coming to this in contest, but we have two men who are already interested in contesting. So in case
who are they? You mind telling us who they are?
There are two. One is from the Volta region. The other person is from Eastern region.
Okay.
The one from Eastern region, I think he's a lecturer at KNUST, Dr. Yinsu. So it's okay if any woman wants to contest from our side, the woman too can come out and contest.
But don't be surprised to see Janet Nabila's face on the ballot. Thank you very much, Janet Nabila, for talking to us. It's been wonderful having you. It's always a pleasure talking to you, Janet. I mean, I could go on and on and on.
I've heard
with
people
this
saying that they
conversation.
want to join our party. Won't you let me give our number?
Oh yeah, please do.
So please, anyone.
And afterwards, you hear from the marketing department.
Anyone who wants, I will. Anyone who wants to join the People's National Party, you can write this number 0204 174390. 0204 174390.
Thank you very much for watching Good Afternoon Ghana. My name is Awudu Moro. Have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.